Hi friends, welcome to this session on Synetic Model in Instruction. When we are confronted with a task, say attempting a piece of work or solving a problem, what will we do? We consciously become logical. We will make an outline of the points to be made, analyze the elements of a problem and try to think it through. We use our existing storehouse of words and phrases to express our ideas in writing, or we may use our storehouse of learned solutions to tackle the problem. What do we do when our routine ways are not sufficient enough? We use synetics. Synetics is a problem solving technique which seeks to promote creative thinking. It is designed to lead us into a slightly illogical world, to give us the opportunity to invent new ways of seeing things, expressing ourselves and approaching problems. Synetics is an interesting approach developed by William J.J. Gordon and his associates. Though originally designed to facilitate invention and problem solving with adults in industrial settings, its eclectic scientific basis made it a natural classroom tool. Synetic brainstorming or creativity model challenges the conventional notions about creativity. It is an instructional model designed to activate students' creativity and help them to see old ideas in new ways through employing various forms of metaphoric thinking. Metaphoric thinking activates generative thinking. The model, which belongs to personal family, focuses on nurturing the abilities of cognitive as well as affective domains. Synetic model can be used in language classrooms to develop creative language skills of the learners. According to Dewey, educators must engage students' imaginations as they become familiar with the conscious adjustment of the new and the old. Gordon developed the model based on certain assumptions. Let us have a look at them in detail. Assumptions. Creativity is important in everyday activities, but most often it is associated with art, music or inventions. Gordon designed the model with a view to increase the problem solving ability, creative expressions, empathy and insight into social relations. He emphasizes creativity as a part of daily work and leisure life. Engaging in creative tasks helps to see things more richly. The creative process is not all mysterious. Earlier, it was viewed as innate, mysterious and as personal capacity. Creativity can be described and improved through training. If a person understands the basis of creative process, they can use that understanding to improve their potential. Gordon's view that creativity can be enhanced by conscious analysis. This led him to create training procedures that can be applied in schools and other settings. Creative invention is similar in all fields, the arts, the science, the engineering, and is characterized by same intellectual process. Gordon maintains that the link between generative thinking in the art and that in the science is quite strong. Gordon assumed that individuals and a group generate ideas and products in the same fashion. The model is structured to motivate people to free themselves to develop imagination and insight into their everyday life. Learning takes place only when a connection between the existing knowledge and new knowledge gained is established. This will prompt new and original thoughts. Metaphor plays a significant role in teaching learning process. A metaphor is a term or phrase that is used to make a comparison between two things that aren't alike but have something in common. Metaphors make writing or speaking more interesting and can bring a subject alive for the audience. Let us explore how metaphorical thinking can be used in instructional process. Metaphoric activity in Synetic model. Through metaphoric activity of Synetic model, creativity becomes a conscious process. Metaphors establish a relationship of likeness with one object or idea with another object or idea by using one in place of another. Through these substitutions, the creative processes occurs, connecting the familiar with the unfamiliar or creating a new idea from familiar ideas. The three types of analogies are used as the basis of Synetic exercises: personal analogy, direct analogy, compressed conflict. Personal analogy. Here, students identify themselves as ideas or objects to be compared. They empathize with them. The learners feel that they have become the part of the physical element of the problem. The identification can be with any person, plant, animal or any non-living thing. Personal analogy requires loss of self as one transports himself into another object or space. Example, be a flower. Where are you? What are you doing? How do you feel when somebody plucks you? What are your 3 wishes? The 4 levels of involvement in the personal analogy are: first person description of fact. The person recites the list of well-known facts about the new object or idea. There is no empathetic involvement. First person identification with emotion. The person recites common emotions of the new object but does not provide new insights. Empathetic identification with a living object. The person identifies emotionally and kinesthetically with the subject of analogy. Empathetic identification with a non-living thing. The person expresses his feeling as the non-living object of analogy. This level requires most commitment. He tries to explore the problem from an empathetic point of view. The purpose of introducing these levels of personal analogy is not to identify forms of metaphoric activity, but to provide guidelines for how well conceptual distance has been established. Gordon believes that the usefulness of analogies is directly proportional to the distance created. The greater the distance, the more likely the student is to come up with new ideas. Direct analogy. This is a simple comparison of 2 objects or concepts. The identifications can be with a living thing or a non-living thing. The idea or object is viewed in a new angle. Example, how is a school like a salad? A mother can be compared to which living thing or a non-living thing? Compressed conflict. This is the third metaphorical form. A compressed conflict is a type of analogy that is rich in paradox. Compressed conflict is a metaphor that describes an object or concept giving 2 words that contradicts or fights each other. Gordon's example are life-saving destroyer and nourishing flame. Compressed conflicts, according to Gordon, provides the broadest insight into a new subject. They reflect the student's ability to incorporate 2 frames of reference with respect to a single object. The greater the distance between frames of reference, the greater the mental flexibility. How is the sky terrible and beautiful? Point out a living thing or a non-living thing which is a friend and a foe. Focus of the model. Focus refers to the goals or objectives of the model. Syntax of the model. There are 2 strategies or models of teaching based on Synetic procedure. The first one is designed to create something new and the second one to make a strange idea familiar. Strategy 1. Syntax for creating something new. Phases. Phase 1. Description of present condition. Teacher describes the situation or situations as the students see it now. Phase 2. Direct analogy. Students suggest analogies, select one and explore it further. Phase 3. Personal analogy. Students become the analogy they selected in phase 2. Phase 4. Compressed conflict. Students take their description from phases 2 and 3, suggest several compressed conflicts and choose one. Phase 5. Direct analogy. Students generate and select another direct analogy based on the compressed conflict. Phase 6. Re-examination of the original problem. The teacher makes students look back to original task or problem and use the last analogy and or entire synaptic experience. In strategy 2, where strange ideas or objects are made familiar, the metaphor is used for analyzing. This increases the students' understanding and internalization of new or difficult material. The strategy is both analytic and convergent. The students begin to define the characteristics that are present and those that are lacking in the concept. Strategy 2. Syntax for making the strange familiar. Phases. Phase 1. Substantiative input. Teacher provides information on new topic. Phase 2. Direct analogy. Teacher suggests direct analogy and asks students to describe analogy. Phase 3. Personal analogy. Teacher asks the students to become the direct analogy. Phase 4. Comparing analogies. Students identify and explain the point of similarity between the new material and the direct analogy. Phase 5. Explaining differences. Students explain where the analogy does not fit. Phase 6. Exploration. Students re-explore the original topic on its own terms. Phase 7. Generating analogy. Students explore their own direct analogy and explore the similarities and differences. The major difference between the two strategies lies in their use of analogy. In strategy 1, students move through a series of analogies without logical constraints. Conceptual distance is increased and imagination is free to wander. In strategy 2, students try to connect two ideas and to identify the connections as they move through the analogies. The strategy the teacher selects depends on whether he or she is trying to help students create something new or to explore the unfamiliar. Social system. The model is moderately structured with the teacher initiating the sequence and guiding the use of the operational mechanisms. The teacher also helps the students intellectualize their mental processes. The students engage in metaphorical problem solving and open-ended discussions. The rewards are internal, coming from students' satisfaction and pleasure with the learning activity. Principles of reaction. The instructor needs to identify the extent to which individuals are conditioned to regularized patterns of thinking. He or she must try to induce psychological states likely to generate a creative response. The teacher himself or herself must use the non-rational to encourage the reluctant students to indulge in irrelevance, fantasy and symbolism. These devices break out the set channels of thinking patterns. The teacher as model is probably an essential of the method and has to learn to accept the bizarre and the unusual. The instructor must accept all students' response to ensure that students feel no external judgments on their creative expressions. It is necessary for the teacher to accept far-fetched analogies so that individuals develop fresh perspectives in problems. In strategy 2, the teacher should guard against premature analysis. He or she also clarifies and summarizes the progress of the learning activity and hence the student's problem solving behavior. Support system. The class requires a workspace and environment where creativity will be prized and utilized. The teacher must be competent in synetic procedure. Instructional and nurturant effect. The synetic model contains strong elements of both instructional and nurturant effects. Synetic model develops general creative power. It is also helpful in developing creative responses over a variety of subject matter domains. Gordon emphasizes a social environment that encourages creativity and uses group cohesion to generate energy that enables the participants to function interdependently in a metaphoric world. Participation in a synetic group invariably creates a unique shared experience that fosters interpersonal understanding and a sense of community. Members learn about one another as each person reacts to the common event in his or her unique way. Synetic activities encourages even a timid participant. Here is a figure showing the instructional and nurturant effect of synetic model. Synetic model, general creative capacity in subject domain, achievement in subject domain, group cohesion and productivity. Using synetics in the curriculum. Synetics model is an excellent instructional strategy for developing creative writing abilities. The metaphoric activity stimulates students' imagination and helps them record their thoughts and feelings. The personal analogy phase in the model is critical for developing insight and exploring social and disciplinary problems. Problem solving concerned with social issues, interpersonal relations or problems is amenable to synetics. The objective of strategy 2 is to break, set and conceptualize the problem in a new way in order to suggest fresh approaches to it. The model often works effectively with students who withdraw from more academic learning activities because they are not willing to risk being wrong. Synetics combines easily with other models. It can stretch concepts being explored with information processing family. Open up dimensions of the social issues explored through role playing group investigation or jurisprudential thinking and expand the richness of problems and feelings opened up by other models in the personal family. The strategy is universally accepted because of its scope for enhancing productive thinking and nurturing empathy and interpersonal closeness. It is applicable with all ages and most curriculum areas. Through synetic teaching, a teacher is releasing creativity and excitement that lies within the students. Students play with analogies and enjoy making more and more metaphoric comparisons. In synetic exercises, swimming through the waves of learning, teacher gathers the thoughts of her students. Synetics helps teachers to develop fresh ways of thinking about and understanding her students. Simultaneously, as teachers, we are trained to see the world around in novel ways. Before we attend the next session, please try to answer the following questions. What are the benefits of synetic model in teaching? Give a few examples for compressed conflicts. What are the major differences between strategy 1 and strategy 2 of synetic model? Develop a lesson transcript on synetic model using any one of the strategies. Here are some books for your reference. Synetics, The Development of Creative Capacity by William Gordon. Harper and Row Publishers, New York. Models of Teaching by Bruce Joyce, Marsha Wales and Colhan, Alley and Bacon, Boston. The Operational Mechanism of Synetics by Prince G. from Journal of Creative Behavior. Thank you for watching this session. Hope this session was informative for you. See you next time. Until then, goodbye.